Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm back with a renovation update for you today. So if you've been following along my renovation adventures, you will know that I have most recently been working on my roof garden, and I've also been working on the kitchen and the loft, installing some shelving up there. And I do finally have some updates for you today. So today I'm going to share with you how the roof garden is looking, because I'm pretty much finished with it out there and I'm delighted with how it's looking. I also have the shelving in the loft to share with you too. So that's all been built and I'm in the process of giving it its final coat of paint. So yeah, lots to share with you today. The kitchen, I have chosen the paint colour for the panelling. I also picked up a bargain priced Farrow & Ball paint, which I will show you as well, which I'm thinking of using on the ceiling, but I need to test that. So lots to look forward to in this video. It's a little bit of a classic me filming this before I head off again, but I am now in the process of filming the last episode in this series of Sort Your Life Out. So hopefully future vlogs won't involve me dashing off at the end of them to head to filming. But yeah, for today, we have a beautiful sunny day in London. It is actually 21. Pumpkin has just sent a cup flying off the side there. What do you want? You're trying to get my attention because I'm talking to the camera. They like to do that when I'm chatting to you at home. So yes, I'm completely distracted now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the weather. It's 21 degrees in London in the middle of October, which is lovely. The sun is shining, so I thought it's a perfect day just to go outside and show you where I'm up to with the roof garden. So you may remember that I've been out there painting. Oh no, oh, that was a can of Fanta. Right, Pumpkin. He's really going for it. Why are you sending things flying today, huh? You gonna be a good boy? What are you doing? Why are you sending my drinks flying? Yeah, I've got a can of lemon Fanta because I've just been to the barber's to get my beard trimmed, and they always give me a can of drink, and if they've got the lemon Fanta in, that comes home with me. So that will be my little refresher a little bit later this afternoon. So yeah, you may remember that I bought the pieces for the garden from a company called Forest Garden, and I've been busy assembling them, painting them. That's taken so long because with the paint that I bought, it needed a few coats, and we have been having a lot of showers throughout late September into early October here in the UK, in London. So yes, that's taken a little bit longer than I had hoped for. However, I am pretty much there now and I'm really happy with how they've turned out. So yeah, I'll show you how it's all looking shortly. I do have a nice coffee on the go. I thought I would make it in my reusable Starbucks cup today because it's one of those days where I'm gonna be in and out, on the go, and I don't want this to get cold. So cheers everybody, cheers to a renovation update. I picked up a couple of bits as well from Lidl that I wanted to show you. Before we head outside, I will take this out with me. They had these plant rollers in store for £4.99, which I thought was good. They're on the casters, and I've got a couple of pots out there that are really heavy. It says that these are real wood, and the max load is 50 kilograms, and then 2 wheel brakes for stability, so you can actually lock these off once you've got them into position, or if you're on like a little bit of a slope. And I picked them up in the same kind of slate grey that I've painted the decking, but they also had it in a few other colours as well. They had like black and like a wood, like a dark mahogany brown as well. So I thought I'd mention those because I think they're still in store at the time of filming. And Mittens. These two are being very demanding today. So I also picked up this as well. This was £12.99, and it's one of these extension cables, but it's on the winder so I can wind it up. I have got like a really long extension cord with like 4 plugs on it, but it's like white, really thick, and it's so long that it doesn't have anything to wrap around it, so it's really messy. So I thought this would be much tidier in my little, what I call boiler room, which as you know, is just a cupboard, but I like to say boiler room to make it sound grand. So I thought that was really good. It's a nice long one too. How long have we got on the flex on this? I think it's 10 meters for the cable on here, and you get 4 sockets, and it's got a 3-year warranty. So again, they've got some good DIY bits in the middle of Lidl at the moment. And then in Primark, I saw these were in clearance from the end of summer stock, and they're these little lanterns. You put batteries in these, and they were reduced to £2 from £6, and I thought these might work quite nicely out on the roof garden. They give like a really nice white glow, but I'm thinking the pink's not really my vibe, so I'm probably going to spray paint them. And then aside from just kind of juggling between decorating upstairs, sorting out the garden, and making the decisions on the kitchen, I have just been cracking on with a good old seasonal declutter. So lots of bits have been continuing to go to the charity shop, trying to sell any sort of old bits of furniture that I'm not really utilising to clear more space. I like to do this throughout autumn so that as we're heading into the festive season, the house feels quite clear. I need space before any decorations come out. I have got my autumn decorations out though. I know that some of you have mentioned you're missing the DIYs, so I feel like we might be a little bit late for Halloween ones, but I will definitely take note of that as we are heading towards Christmas and make sure that we are doing some DIYs and some crafts, because I really miss it too. And it's just something that takes me a little bit longer to kind of set up and think about and film and edit. So I would love to bring those back. So I'm really pleased that you're wanting more of those, and yeah, we'll definitely get those back. Now, talking of decluttering, I've got Best magazine here because I wanted to show you something that made me chuckle in here. Let me just flick to the right page, because Helen has a column, and in the column in this issue of the magazine, which is the, what's the date on this? It's the 15th of October issue. We have a column all about our decluttering adventures, and there's a picture of me there. So she's talking all about the decluttering that we've been doing together. And yeah, it's a really lovely article. So yeah, if you want to give that a read, you might be able to pause the screen actually, or pick up Best magazine in a supermarket near to you. So yeah, I thought that was fab, and it's so sweet that Helen's written about that in her column. And we will be going back to the cellar and continuing with that soon. So yeah, I think now that I've finished filming, we'll be able to hopefully find a little window where we can do that, because I know lots of you have really enjoyed those vlogs. So shall we start off by heading out to the roof garden? I feel like we should just get out there and I'll show you how it is looking now. This is the brand of paint that I've been using, the one that I picked up in B&M. It's called Spear & Jackson Garden Colours, and the natural stone mat was actually what I used to go under the ocean green colour that I picked up, because I ran out, so I needed something that was kind of similar just to do the undercoat, and I went on with a final top layer with the remaining green paint that I had. So you might notice that the decking has all been rather scratched up, and that is because I was working kind of on tarpaulin, and also the builder was working out here doing the cuts for the shelves, and I think a lot of this just got really scuffed up. So I have got the slate grey paint again from B&M, so I'll be able to touch that up once all this has dried. But where I had the tarpaulin out, it's all a little bit wet still. But moving forward, this is the new setup, which I am absolutely delighted with. So I'll just take you over. So what this has created is a kind of wraparound seating area, but I couldn't resist styling it with a few plants, and then the fencing that goes up quite high. And this just gives some really nice privacy, but obviously still lets the light through, so you can pop plants in here. So the configuration, we have two of the sort of side tables. There's a couple of scratches on here where I had to stack them up. The thing with painting these in such a tight space is you're constantly having to move things around as well, so you can't really lay everything out all at the same time. Who remembers this from the boot sale? I pulled that out because I want to pop some pumpkins into there and yeah, make it nice and autumny out here. I really like these side returns as well, because it then makes you feel like you're kind of really contained within this when you're sitting in here. As you can see, we have the planters as well, so two planters. At the moment I've just propped up the ivy and the grass with like upside down buckets underneath just to raise them up, and so I haven't actually filled the planters with soil. I thought that was probably best for the weight on the roof garden. And then we have two of the benches. Now each of these have the back panels on, so you can kind of move them around. Obviously the corner ones do need to go into corners, but I can kind of switch this around. So if I wanted to, you could have the bench there and maybe the planter here in the future. You could pop this planter on the edge here if you wanted to bring it across further in this section, but I'm really happy with just this kind of little area, and it feels really nice if you're just having, you know, a cup of tea and you want to have a chat. You can sit here, and actually you'd probably easily fit 4 on the bench that's kind of exposed, but actually if I clear this one here, you'd get 6 on this, absolutely no problem. Now, with the amount of seating that this has introduced to the roof garden, I have got rid of the 2 kind of armchair things that I had from IKEA, and I've just kept this one chair that's like a folding one that can be introduced into this space here, so that you can kind of then have a full kind of wraparound seating area should you wish. And also I like this one to have at the back of the roof garden here where the evening sun hits, so that I've got this in this area here. You might remember this container. I built that with offcuts of the decking. That was some years ago now, and actually the decking is still going strong. And then this here, it has got a little bit rotten, but this is made from scaffold boards, and again those were offcuts when I had scaffold board shelving in the kitchen, so I think I'm going to keep that for now. It has rotted a little bit here, but just to stack some plant pots on, I think it's quite nice. I do have this out here still. This is the stained glass window, because originally I was thinking I might put a shed at the end here, but I decided against that because actually I've got enough storage in here. This thing wheels out. I've got big casters on this, and now I've kept the tarpaulin, a massive one, because you just never know. And with the amount of leaks that I've had now, I want to hang on to a tarpaulin just in case of any emergencies. And also we have got some more storage underneath the benches. Well, not storage, but there's space for storage. So as you can see, I've kind of tucked in the watering can under there and a couple of grasses, and I just need to spend some time out here having a real good kind of clean up, a good faff, and, you know, really style this up properly. So any ideas I would love to hear. I was thinking potentially in the future maybe we want something a bit taller in the corners rather than these grasses and the ivy, which are quite low. It might be quite nice to introduce something with a bit of height in there. And this, I just like the higgledy-piggledy, you know, I like it to be a little bit eclectic, which is why I've stacked that crate up on its side just to bring these pots up a little bit. I like the fact that you can see through this to the original chimney through here as well, so it's quite nice. It does give a bit of interest. And I was also thinking I might string some lights through it as well, which would look really pretty in the evenings. But yeah, it's just going to be so nice to kind of come out here, and I feel like you're almost cocooned in this space. It feels a lot less overlooked now. It feels a lot more private, which is lovely. And even having these side returns just makes you feel like you're in your own little bubble in here, which is lovely. I'll just show you what it's like on this side. So yeah, you still get the sun coming through. Up here there's some posts up there that have been up there since lockdown. I actually used an old curtain pole to string the lights up with, so I'll probably leave those up there, and I think once those lights are on, it will be really atmospheric. It kind of layers it up a little bit. So yeah, very happy with this, and I like the colour too. It's a kind of turquoisey colour, and yeah, because I've got like green everywhere else, I just thought it'd be quite nice to make this pop a little bit. And yeah, it's kind of cheerful, but also feels slightly traditional. It's almost the same kind of colour as the kitchen cupboards, although this is a bit bluer. So yeah, I feel like it ties in with the home overall as well. Really solid. It does take ages to put together, that's the only thing. So if you're not really into your DIY and you buy this kit, I would recommend maybe going on TaskRabbit or getting a handy person in to kind of give you a hand with it, because very laborious putting it together, but worth it, and I think it's going to last for years. And then over here on the ledge, during my sort out, I found some more of these solar lights, so I might pop those up actually. These are ones that I got from One Below, and they were all like half price in the summer sale, really reasonable. The firefly lights are particularly effective. I've got some Miracle Grow. I have my cute little cat ornament that I picked up at the boot sale of pumpkin and mittens. And we have some olives. Look at these. These have really come on. I think in the past years we've had like maybe like 1 or 2, but this is doing really well. The weather today is absolutely fabulous. I can't believe we've got 21 degrees in October. Still some work to do here, and do let me know of any kind of planting suggestions. I need things that are kind of easy to look after, which is why I've got some bamboo, box, ivies, grasses, geraniums, that sort of thing. But yeah, any suggestions would be welcome. And I've still got this that I dumpster dived. Haven't quite parted with that, because I think I might do something with that as well. But yeah, there we are. Wild strawberries, have we got any at the moment? They're all gone now that summer has passed. But those should come back year after year. So yeah, very happy with how we're looking out here. I think whilst I've got this beautiful sunshine, I'm going to crack on and spray paint the lanterns, and they should be able to dry nice and quickly. While that's drying, I'm going to pop these under the heavier pots out here as well, and then we'll go and have a little look at the shelf in the loft, and then I'm thinking I might pop out and get a few pumpkins to make it feel extra autumny out here. You join me in the loft. You may remember that there was the alcove up here that had the 3 shelves on it that I'd picked up in Primark that were very nice, but I wanted to add some more storage by building some deeper shelves, some more solid shelves, shelves that I can fit more things onto basically. So I got a quote from my trusty builder and he has built me some shelves out of MDF. Let me show you. So here we are. I am really pleased with how these are looking. They're nice and chunky, so all built out of MDF. So these are kind of like, how would you describe this? They're kind of constructed out of MDF this thick, so it's got like 2 pieces and then a front panel, and then some wood fillers kind of conceal any grooves in there. He kind of carved out the MDF so that there's a little dent in it, which kind of, rather than it just being right up against the wall, this little indent here, he's kind of cut that out of the MDF, which I think just finishes it really nicely. And then there's a piece going across the top as well, and one going down this side here, because this wall actually has a sliding door to the ensuite going into it. So this is just plasterboard, so needed some reinforcement there. So that's a strip of MDF as well. On the shelves, I've gone on with some Farrow & Ball I had left over from doing the living room door, and then just some plain white paint on the back wall there that just needed touching up. And it's looking slightly yellowish in this light, but it's just because I've got the filming lamp on. I'm not sure why it's coming up like that. It might be the green reflecting actually. I cannot wait to put lots of interesting things on these shelves. I need to wait a little while because the paint needs to properly cure, so I will give it a week before placing objects onto there. And I've just got a little bit more sanding and touching up to do around those edges where the kind of MDF meets the wall, and I wanted that to all be kind of neatly sealed off. And we have the plug down here. I think it'll be really handy for charging, like I can put my camera batteries on there and things like that, and you know, phone charger or whatnot. I was sort of debating having a door on that section, but then I just thought it's unnecessary. I could always add one in the future, I think, but then it would obviously need to be hinged on that side and it'd be a weird kind of pointy triangle door, so I wasn't sure about that in the end. But yeah, the option is there if I wanted to do that in the future. So yeah, the colour that I've used on those shelves is Wimborne White number 239 Estate Eggshell from Farrow & Ball. And talking of Farrow & Ball, I'll just quickly show you the colour that I've gone for the kitchen. For the panelling and the shelves, I have gone for Schoolhouse White. I just wanted to keep it nice and light and bright in here, and I feel like this is just a really lovely classic colour that I just think, yeah, I just think it's right for this room. And then whilst I was in there in Leyland, they also have occasionally these one-off mixes. Now this was the bargain price of £12, which for Farrow & Ball is pretty good going. And on the lid, we can see the colour that has been mixed within this. So it's kind of like very similar to the Schoolhouse White that I've got, but it is slightly different. Let me show you. It is very, very close indeed. So I thought, as this is emulsion and this is the eggshell, I just thought I'd pick this up because it might work for the ceiling. It was actually, when I was trying it out, it was coming up a little bit darker, which might be quite nice. I'm just going to play with it for the sake of 12 quid. I thought I could use that elsewhere in the home if I don't end up using it in here. So I shall experiment and keep you posted. I'm still in two minds about maybe contrasting the ceilings and the wraparound walls around the panelling with something darker, but it's such a commitment that I want to start off light and then see how I feel about it. But I'm just really loving how bright it is in here now. So now that I've got rid of the kind of upper cabinets and the upper units, I kind of want to keep it feeling nice and bright and open. So yeah, I'll be cracking on with that shortly, and hopefully the kitchen will be in the next renovation update finished. And there is a couple of new additions on the fridge. We have the Mallorca magnets joining the collection for this year. A lot of them are still in a storage container. These are all ones from my adventures this year. We have Nessie there as well. So yeah, once I get everything painted in here, I'll dig the rest out. And in case you missed it, my Mallorca vlog is now live on my YouTube channel. And if you're looking for an all-inclusive, some sunshine and a really chilled holiday with turquoise seas like this, do give it a watch. Oh, hello Mittens. Fancy seeing you in here next to the air fryer, which, do you know what? I'm really thinking about the appliances and what to do with them, because I feel like they're taking up too much counter space, and I'm thinking of getting rid of the microwave, aren't I, Mittens? So Daddy's going to need to learn how to cook rice better and not use packet rice, but I think that would probably be the one that needs to go, because yeah, I want my countertops back. Right, you're going to jump down? It's not coffee time. I'm actually doing pretty well for time, so I think I've got time to pop out to the shops, and I might try and get some pumpkins, and then I can pop them outside and make it look really lovely and autumny out here. And I don't think I'm going to leave until it gets dark this evening, so I'll be able to leave you with some footage of the roof garden at evening time. Okay, I have managed to secure some pumpkins, so I think I'm going to wrap up the vlog here, and I'll leave you with a montage of decorating the roof garden for autumn. So enjoy that, and do stay tuned for my next update, where I will be hopefully showing you the finished kitchen. So yeah, do subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss that one. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!